I don't want to be publishing transfer letters here. I don't want to get dirty. I am protecting a government. I am trying to protect this country. And if you don't want problems, I have eyes at the headquarters. I don't want to see Edubofo there. Even though they are not from Ghana. Some are from Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso. These people, America is deporting. None of them. Obienwa murder case done so Okuobi. Anado Danko Ekufuado justified the importation of mercenaries. Nanado Danko Ekufuado, he justified the importation of mercenaries. In Kwasiafo like you and Kofi Bento Dems, you defended Ekufuado in 2015. Now, this is a story I want to remind the Commissioner General of GRA. Commissioner General of GRA should understand. And this goes to the Finance Minister Ato Forsen. The Commissioner General of GRA, your name is Mr. Anthony Kwesi Sarfo. Makacho, you are not a politician, but you have been given a political appointment, and that appointment can be taken from you. Time and now KPMG, you know, you saw the job you did. But if you are going to be corrupt, if you are going to deliberately help some custom officers, they have political, criminal background, they don't deserve to be where they are, you have to make sure you do the right thing. And this goes to the finance minister, because the decision you took about bringing back corrupt custom officers back to Tema and the headquarters, you took that decision with the finance minister, Ato Forsen. Now, this customs officer, Augustine Ata Edubofo, now or a CRO, which is Chief Revenue Officer. Abansi saya yebeye wo the Commissioner General. You actually transferred this guy to Koforidua. And when you sent him to Koforidua, only 2 weeks. And I want Finance Minister Tina say SR calling and say on Sambra. This man has a lot of things on him. We all know. What Tina Port for 12 years. Now, the information I am picking is that when I made a statement on this your decision, this your corrupt decision, you have moved this man to the headquarters, keeping the same position as the post-clearance officer. Take him from there. This guy has been involved in Lexus theft. The OSP is investigating him. This guy was involved in La Bianca scandal. Move that guy from the headquarters. Makachiro, if you want to be happy, do what is right. Mr. Anthony Kwesi Sarfo, Omoya Commissioner General, people did not like it. People like us sat here and said, because of the job you did at KPMG, Yatina Suka say, you can do this job. Do not allow politicians to infiltrate. The little respect at the Abena office, that belief the president had in you, keep it and stop abusing your office. This guy should be moved away from the headquarters today. Ochina, he's not supposed to come there. If you want to rock shoulders, from Ochina, you see the dirty part of me. And I want you to call your friend the finance minister. We are not going to entertain any nonsense again. We are here to protect this government, to make sure John Mahama leaves a legacy. No president in Ghana, apart from Kwame Nkrumah, we can compare to. Because you, Mr. Sarfo, I never saw you on any stage campaigning for the NDC. But because of expertise in Tina John Mahama Dokoshe as the Commissioner General of GRA, do not start this nonsense. Pull the guy to Koforidua. He's not supposed to stay in Accra. He's not supposed to be in the headquarters. Take Augustine Ata Edubofo back to Koforidua. Because he's not better than anybody in Koforidua. He's not supposed to be in Accra. Take him back to Koforidua. Because you cannot sit there and tell me, say, oh no, or you're better than Omo Koforidua. Take Augustine Ata Edubofo back to Koforidua. And today is your last day. I am telling you, today is your last day. And I'm telling the finance minister, today is the last day. Edubofo is not supposed to come to headquarters. He's not supposed to be at Tema. Edubofo needs to be at Koforidua because you issued a transfer letter to him. I don't want to be publishing transfer letters here. I don't want to get dirty. I am protecting a government. I am trying to protect this country. And if you don't want problems, I know, say, your integrity is very important to you. Ochinanopa, I have eyes at the headquarters. I don't want to see Edubofo there. Give him back his transfer letter and let him go back to Koforidua. Or else you will not like me. All right. 2 days ago, I've seen something about some of these boys, some of these guys. We don't understand. And why did the government of Ghana receive the deportees? Oh, deportee, I will call you. Receive the deportees from America. And we don't understand. We have to go to court. We need to stop the government. These deportees are Ghana government. Acheampong Ghana. Omunya Ghana for. The base assembly in say, these are Africans. Omuko obi manso. And then Nipan say on pelmo. And then Nipan say he wants to get rid of them. Sai Krona, America say he wants to get rid of them. No, the country does not care where they will land. We are the same people in Africa saying Africa should take the lead. We have to be our own Africa. We need to protect a brother. These same boys sitting on TV and radio saying, why did they bring the Africans here? Why did they bring them? These are the same foolish boys who went to Europe and America to learn law. They could not learn law in their own country. They had to go to this same Europe and go learn the law. Today, their fellow Africans are being brought, and we as a nation, out of generosity and hospitality, we are saying we will receive our brothers. Even though they are not from Ghana, some are from Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso. These people, America is deporting. None of them. Obienwa murder case done so Okubi. These people who are being deported from America, Obienwa Yakase, Wekunipa 500, Wakomisi some genocide. These are people who at the end of the day, you see, almost paperwork in Yejuma, so they should leave America. So if they should leave America, not so many baby not Ghana is receiving them. And what's the big deal? But you get these foolish boys sitting on TV and radio. We don't understand. They should go to court. They should do this. They should do that. And these people turn around and say, we are Pan-Africanists. We want Africa to come together. We don't want borders in Kwasiafo. You don't want borders. Your fellow African is being hauled from another country. It's being pushed out. And your country is saying, I'm receiving them because Togolese are Ghanaians. Ivorians are Ghanaians. Nigerians are Ghanaians. We are one Africa. And then the Union Africa we don't understand. Why are they bringing them here? Why are they not Africans? You don't love them again? Are you not the same people saying that you don't want the young people of Africa to be going outside to hustle? Today, the white man says, I don't want Africans. He's bringing them back to their root. Why are you complaining? By force lawyers in Kwasiasem, are they not Africans? Emancipation. We are one people. We love ourselves. We love each other. Our brothers are being sent. The slaves that we sent to Europe and America, the slaves are coming back home. We don't want them to stay with us. We have been talking about slavery. We have been talking about the black man not being recognized in America, in Europe, in Asia. Today, they are saying we don't want black people. We are taking them back to their roots. You say we don't want them. Then you turn around and say, I'm a proud African. I went to UK to study law. I went to Holland to study law. And so it makes you wise. You are foolish. Inferiority complex. Shiatra, Jimmy. So you are going to court. You have an issue. Why are they bringing Africans to Africa? Why are they bringing Africans to Africa? Kwasia, nyamfa African in Kwahi. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo justified the importation of mercenaries. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he justified the importation of mercenaries. In Kwasiafo like you and Kofi Bento Dems, you defended Akufo-Addo in 2015. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo brought mercenaries to Ghana because we are stupid people. Young Kwasiafonti, you buy and send your job because of 2 million. Today, we are sitting there fighting. We are going to court. We don't understand. This fool, he imported mercenaries and he justified it. This fool, he imported mercenaries into Ghana. This cabbage, this twerp, he imported mercenaries, sat on TV and justified it. Today, the Americans are saying they don't want some Africans in America. I am lucky to have an American passport. I wasn't born here. My fellow African did not get that opportunity like I have. The American government says, I don't want those who are not legal to stay in America. Let them go back to Africa. Some of them don't even know where they are from. Some of them don't even know their country. Now a country says, let them come in. Let us admit them as our brothers. Let us try and resettle them wherever they are from. Foolish boys like you, stupid boys and girls because of politics. They have to go to court. They have to sue the government. They have to. And what do you mean by we are Africans? Take ye kro ye continent ni ya and ko be beto agina ne kro maka say we ni people onko Africa. The reason why these people ended up with us in Ghana was because baby omu free no, they don't have any relationship with the American government. In Tiango from Kotumpu, everyone go to a Pumana, and Kwasiafo, Sanka America for the Kofo Kugu Puma, and Quebetina TV so Ghana. Like I said, I learned law in UK, I learned law in Holland. I am gang. You know something? This is bad. We are Africans. We have to fight for our own. We cannot allow our children, our brothers and sisters to be humiliated. Kwasia. Most of them in Ghana. So where should they go? Because as an African, if you ask me that these people, where should we take them? I will tell you to take them to Africa. I don't care where you drop them in Africa. Because I believe Africans are one people. If the Americans don't want them because they are illegitimate, they have to go back home. So what's the big deal? It is every time you people are being stupid. Now just how Chinese for and I also will deport you Ako Asia. That's how they call Japan. The Japanese will take them and give them to China because they see themselves as Asians. At that moment, their collective good is most important to them. These are not criminals. These are people who don't have documentation. These are people who are like you in Ghana. These are people be beating them on America. Efa illegal way to America. They are not bad people. They are not crazy people. It's the American system. The government believes they cannot hold them or keep them in America. I don't falter them. It is their nation. They decide what to do, what they want to do, how they want to govern their nation. So if the American government believes that they want to sanitize their system, they don't want some illegal people in the country, it does not make our African brothers bad people if they want to give them to us. If we have the capacity to host them, why don't we take them? Why should this be a conversation? Now, say we are going to assure them, we are emancipating, we are doing now with Ghana TV. So this is no topic. This is nothing. This is nothing. What is this? Now, Liberia, they came to Ghana. What is the difference between this and the people as refugees who came from Liberia to settle in Ghana, Bujumburam? And today, Liberians live with us. We have Ghanaians who have married Liberians. You don't even see the difference between a Liberian and a Ghanaian. So the difference is that they were put in on a plane and brought to Ghana, and you make people feel like they are not human beings. Do you know what you are doing? Do you know what it does to those people? They feel not accepted. And some of you are going in, infiltrating and telling them, sue the country, sue the country. Do you know what it does to these people? If these people landed at Kotoka and Yenyiba together as a people, gave them a welcome and settled them down, do you think? How do we build? How do we foster that coordination? How do we call ourselves Africans, one people? Tomorrow, TV, so he is explaining, you know what, the Americans, what was the agreement? Do I fucking care about Americans agreeing with Ghanaians to bring an African to Ghana? Do I fucking agree? Do I care about the MOU? Do I care about the deal my government of Ghana is having with the American government? I need my brother alive. I need my sister alive. I need an African from Togo, an African from Nigeria. An African is an African. So why don't we become humans for once? And then the other name for school kakre bekono na ya dane mwa ya si Jimmy, especially Ghanaians. I don't know Jimmy sir. Why are you stupid? And these people on AU Day, they are talking about Nkrumah. We believe in the ideologies of Nkrumah. Nkrumah did not even want one border in Africa. Nkrumah didn't want to see a border between Ghana and Nigeria. And Togo. He didn't want to see a border between Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. He didn't want to see a single border. So what did Nkrumah want? Nkrumah wanted a united Africa. He wanted an African who can pick his bag from Nigeria and come settle in Ghana. A Ghanaian who can pick his bag from Ghana and settle in Sudan. That is what Nkrumah wanted. So if you believe in the Nkrumah ideology and vision, and you call yourself an African, and your fellow African, out of poverty, out of hardship, out of political intimidation, decide to leave their own land, to go to the white man's land, and today the white man is saying, I don't want you. Why don't you embrace them and bring them back home? How do you become Africans? How do you become who you want to be? Now, TV, so because of politics, you are stupid people. Some of you are stupid. Intimate back na me share. I watch these things and I feel pity for you people. Some of you. School na yani be before school nyama. School is not good for some of you black people. Kwasi bia ko school kakrebi na also akọ law school kakrebi pe na wa Jimmy for. So what are we fighting for? At the TV so kasa bebrebe and well, what is the government? What did the government tell? The American government said, I don't like these Africans. They don't have documentations. Go back home. Those countries these people are from, omuni America any connection when it comes to diplomacy, when it comes to treaties. They don't. So at the end of the day, an African has to help an African. An African brother needs to look and help an African. Into your born and say, these people should come and be humans. These people should come and be comfortable. These people should come back home and feel they are back home. You wanted these people, their bodies to be sent to Ghana for these fools to go and parade and have big funerals. Go on the desert. Go and see what's happening on the desert. These people are getting out of Africa. Young people. They are dying every single day. All because we have not been able to sit down to understand what we stand for. We have not been able to allow ourselves to reason. We don't even understand who we are. We don't even understand what we believe in as a people. So our young people are leaving because those people out there, even though they don't have anything, they have something they can hold on to. They have something they can believe in. There's something that is bonding them. When you go to Europe, whatever we have in Ghana, when you put everything in Europe together, it does not even get to a quarter of the resource we have in Ghana. But they stand united than us. Why? Because you're Jimmy. Because an African goes to Europe and goes to learn some stupid law. He comes to Ghana, he wants to be on every TV. Every stupid Ghanaian goes out there, he goes there, he thinks he went to school. And I went to school here, and they think they're smart. Basic common sense, you cannot apply it. These people are dying on the desert. They're dying on the sea. All because we have failed to think. All because we are stupid. Some of us, Jimmy, when you come to Africa, Jimmy Pani school. That is our biggest problem. When you come to Africa, Jimmy Kasi school. School, they are smarter. And Jimmy no, and they take advantage of the system. Why should you be sitting on TV and having an issue with an African who has been deported to your country? You should be proud and say, I've received my brother. If his home country does not even take him, I'll settle him in my country. Who is a murderer? Fellow
freedom fighters, comrades and friends, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to Accra and to this conference of African freedom fighters and supporters of the growing movement for Africa's liberation and unity. It is good for our cause to have a periodic meeting of this kind to examine our position in the great struggle to rid Africa completely and forever of imperialism and its handmaidens, colonialism and neo-colonialism. It gives us the opportunity also to review our strength as well as that of the enemy and to reorganize our forces and our strategy in order to carry the struggle forward to victory. We have shaped a destiny for ourselves, and no one can alter the course of that destiny. It is the destiny of complete freedom for Africa, the total liberation of our continent, and its political and economic unification. We have achieved some measure of success in this struggle for human freedom and dignity. But we still have a great task ahead. We can only know the extent of our task and our own strength when we have examined and ascertained that of the enemy. Who is the enemy? Fellow freedom fighters, the enemy is imperialism. which uses as its weapons colonialism and neo-colonialism. Let us be very, very clear about this. Let us also not lose sight of the real objective, which is the liquidation of colonialism and imperialism in all its forms: political, economic, ideological, and the political unification of Africa, our dear continent. Then we must ask, what is imperialism? And what are the forms it has taken? And what other mask is it likely to put on? Modern imperialism arose when capitalism had achieved both industrial and financial monopoly, and the competition for raw materials and markets had made it imperative for the advanced industrialized countries to expand into the less advanced parts of the world. This phenomenon led to the partition of the world among the great powers. Asia and Africa were divided up among them. Fellow freedom fighters and friends, African nationalist thinking has been adjusting to internationalism within the continent, the development process that must lead to the political unification of the African continent. But the objective of African unity can be seriously undermined by tribalism, which provides one of the happiest hunting grounds for the colonialist and neo-colonialist enemies of African independence and unity. Unless we take this problem of tribalism very carefully in hand, it can undo all our valiant efforts to bring real independence to Africa. We all know the evils of colonialism, but there are some of us who do not appreciate the malevolent possibilities for infinite destruction and even chaos of uncontrolled tribalism, which can make havoc of our hopes and our aspirations. We know that the colonialists are past masters in the policy of divide and rule. They are quick to seize on tribal differences which they discover among us and use this to pit one group against the other. Soon, these superficial differences become exaggerated into serious political factions, which sometimes lead to tragic fratricidal struggles within the same territory. You must guard against it. Guard against it by forging a common united front against the common enemy. The dangers it opens up and the manipulations to which it can be put are too numerous and too threatening for us to ignore its urgent demand for critical and constructive attention. Failure in this task would only risk all the efforts and sacrifices that we have made so far in our common cause and place in jeopardy the future peace and development of the continent. I therefore charge you to place high on your agenda and to give it your most thoughtful and creative consideration. Colonial rule has left a high degree of illiteracy among our people. And we all know that in conditions of ignorance and superstition, it is easy enough to fan internecine feuds. This menace can be met by unity among the leaders and the creation of a nationwide, firmly knit political organization, receiving the most complete loyalty and devoted service from all its members, especially its officers and organizing officials in the field. Colonial rule has left the masses of our people poverty-stricken, disease-ridden, while enormous quantities of mineral and agricultural wealth were drained out of Africa year in and year out. I am not making this point merely in order to harrow you with ugly memories. Many of you have been confronted only too recently with the shocking actualities of calculated oppression, to be able at this moment to push them out of your minds. I raise this point so that it will stay in your minds when you may be tempted by the seductive promises of neo-colonialism to forget the real character of colonialist imperialism and be persuaded away from your own true interests and those of Africa.
We still don't understand who we are. This man saw 100 years ahead of him. And I know kind of in 2025, say you deport African, every America, we all are supposed to be sad because it's not supposed to happen. It is not supposed to happen in the first place because an African is not supposed to be living on somebody's continent or in somebody's country without documentation. An African should be able to travel as an African and come back home as a proud African. An African should not sneak into people's homes. He should not sneak into people's land. An African should not be a slave, a modern day slave, all in the name of trying to survive. 14 people were deported. We are supposed to be shy. We are supposed to be ashamed. We are supposed to feel bad for ourselves. And this is going to happen over and over. This is not going to be the last. This is never going to end. Until you and I, we sit and understand where we are going, where we started, and where we want to end. The white man's kids are going to grow and they are going to do the same thing their forefathers are doing because that is what they came to inherit. And you cannot fault them for that because they need to protect their land. They need to protect what they have. They need to also live. What are you doing? We are doing nothing. We are copying. We are speaking grammar. We are pretending as if we know everything on this planet. 14 of our brothers have been deported back home. We are supposed to feel bad for each other. As I speak to you tonight, a man for Nameposo. Young people are on the desert. We have disappointed them. We never listened. We have been stupid for long. We don't know who we are. I have lived in America for years. I have an American wife. I have kids who were born in America who can be American presidents. I cannot. I can never be an American president. I can never climb the highest office because I am not American. I am not born American. You should be born Ghanaian, born African, and be proud. So if your brother today in 2025 is being deported, I am lucky because I live here legitimately. I live here because my documentations are right. My brother should not sneak to enter here because where he comes from, where everything is, has not been managed well. We don't even know why we are where we are today. And we still sit on TV. An African country goes into an election and the judges sit and tell us that they want to go pick a black book from Europe to judge our democracy. That is a stab in the democracy we have built. Young people go out of this country, they go and learn what the white man believes in and wants to apply it in where the black man lives. This should be a recall. This should be an alarm. It should tell you and I. We might think that we today, what is happening to these brothers and sisters, being deported will not happen to us. In the next day, year, month, it's going to happen. This is a cyclical condition. Until the mind gets to that point where it is ready, until we accept that we can't build ourselves, this is going to happen. If Nkrumah was speaking in the 60s, 70s, and in 2025, people are being deported from the white man's land to Africa because they don't have documentations. And what will make somebody leave their home without having the right documentations? It is because the home they are coming from has failed them. We are too smart but very stupid. When I see people sit on TV and radio arguing, talking about this, we need to go to court. What did the government negotiate with the American government? Do I care? Do I fucking care? At least the American government was good. They did not shoot these people. At least they are good people. At least they handed our people to us. Some people would have killed them. But these people were like, you don't deserve to live here because your papers are not good. we should at least take this and learn from it. This is the time people are speaking grammar. PhD, doctor, political analyst, scientist, and kwasiafo. What we are doing back home is what our kids are learning. The way we don't believe each other, we don't believe in ourselves, the way we don't believe in where we come from, the kids are beginning to believe in that. And let me tell you, in the next 10, 15 years, what we believe in today in Africa is what they're going to believe in. You see these people, what they believe in America is what their kids are going to believe in. And when a young American goes to the United States Army and takes weapon to fight for their country, they don't fucking care who you are, because it is what they have instilled in their head and in their heart. They love their country dearly. They will die for it. But we can't say that for ourselves, because what we have been taught is to be selfish, is to believe that we are better, but we know nothing, is to silence our own people. We are selfish people, ingrates. We are people who don't respect where we come from. That is why the cycle keeps going on and on. It's never going to change until at a point we start to believe in something different. And what is that thing different? That different thing is what Nkrumah was talking about. We don't have self-belief. We don't believe in ourselves. We are not ready to adapt to our own system. Yeah, Jimmy, we are a lot of illiterates parading on TV and radio as intelligent people. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. An African can move from Africa, come to Europe, and in a short space of time, he starts to adapt that in Europe, you cannot pee on the street. Start to adapt that Europe, you have to marry one woman. They live within the law. Our children in Ghana, our children in Africa, they are living by nothing. There are no standards. We talk too much. We speak too much. We think we read books, we become intelligent. We are still stupid. We can't apply it. We can't apply it. It's not about age. It's about we. What these kids are inheriting. Let me tell you, in Kwaya Womundeno, they are going to do the same thing for the next 50 years. Because they are not learning anything new. In Asia, they are adapting to what their elders, their forefathers are doing today. According with these 7 years for Asia, Oceania, what is in Asia, what is happening, they are adapting to it. And that is how they will grow. They will grow to believe in their country. They will grow to believe in hard work. They will grow to believe in agriculture. They will grow and believe in innovation. They will grow and believe in working. But we will grow and believe in corruption. We will grow and believe in sidelining people. We will grow and believe in reading books and neglecting what makes us humans. We will grow and believe in nothing. We will grow and believe in somebody's ideology, somebody's belief. So we will always be second fiddle. And that has been the cycle. And we, when we were born, we thought we could change it. Still, we have not been able to change it. It is the same cycle. Because we are not ready to understand where we are. We talk too much. We speak too much. We read. We don't reason. We are just stupid. We don't want to accept the fact to say, we are not where we think we are.